Hi travelers, Tara here, Hiddenlotus Tarot, and I'm coming to you today with Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the month of September 2016. Before I get started, I would like to welcome my new subscribers. Thank you for coming on board. I hope you stick around. I would like to thank my subbies who have stuck with me thus far. I really appreciate your support. For those of you who have sent me emails concerning my video, The Sharing, I really want to thank you so much for your love, your kindness, your compassion, and your words of support. I'm not going to address anything in that video, in this reading about that video, except to say that I will be posting up another video to give you some updates and some insight into what I've been learning. I want to do that because whatever I have learned, you may yourself may be able to apply that or use that. It may help you in some way. Um, for those of you who, this is a general reading. This is going to be a general reading for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And the messages will not resonate with everyone. So please check back to your Moon and Rising sign videos. I am unable to give you any specific information or clarity on your situation. That has to be done through a personal reading. For those of you who may be interested in a personal reading, you can always go up to the little eye. There's usually a little eye up in the right hand corner of my videos, or there'll be a little thing that comes across that says click here for website or private video readings. If you click that, it'll take you directly over to the website. I do like to ask, if you want to book a reading, that you please read everything on the page. Because I have it set up a certain way. It kind of helps me keep myself organized. If you make the payment, you are not required to send me another email saying, I just paid you for a reading. You know why? Because when you click that button, PayPal sends me a notification that you paid me. So if that occurs, what I do within 24 to 48 hours, I contact you back for scheduling. And that's for any reading that you get from me. That's when you make the payment. I do ask that you give me kind of specifically the information that I'm asking for on the form that I have you fill out. I don't like long rambling stories. I like to keep the readings clean and short and let my intuition do the work. You'd be much happier that way. Trust me, you will. And let me see what else. I think that's about it. Mercury went retrograde either yesterday or today, and will be retrograde until October 6th or 7th. Tomorrow we have the new moon solar eclipse in Virgo occurring, and then on the 16th we have the last eclipse of 2016, and it will be a full moon lunar eclipse in the sign of Virgo. So again, Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. The messages will not resonate with everyone. So please take what you can, disregard what you cannot. Okay? If you want, you can follow my website. You don't have to have a WordPress account to do that. You can simply sign up for email notifications. I post articles a lot. There's some great articles over there now. I mean, maybe too late for some of you going through eclipse season, but it ain't never too late to learn something. I got a great article over there on the eclipses and Mercury retrograde survival guides. So you can go over to the home page of the site and you click on articles, and you should see a list of articles. Click and kind of scroll through. That's also where I make advanced notifications if I'm going to be running specials and whatnot. All right, here we go. Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, September 2016. Again, general reading. The Empress, the King of Swords. Wow. The King of Cups. Six of Swords. Four of Cups. Five of Swords. I'm very perplexed by that first line. Queen of Wands. Five of Coins. 10 of Wands. Now I can say just from the two Wands cards that have shown up that this is about a fire sign. Okay? Indeed. There's the Emperor. That's Aries. Now, what is most interesting is that I only have one major arcana card in the spread itself. This is the overall energy of the reading. I do have the Sibilas and the Neapolitans here for further clarification, should we so need. Now, and I think we're going to need them. Now, I have 4, 5, and 6. Then I have a 10 here. I have 3, 4, 2 5s, a 3, a 4, 2 5s, and a 6 with the 10 in the spread itself. But the Emperor is also a 4. And then I have 1, 2, 3 court cards. Now, that's a couple. The Empress and the Emperor. This is a couple. And heterosexual or same-sexual, whomever's going to take the male and or the female. Take what you can, disregard what you cannot. Now, this could literally be a female with 2 men, or it can be speaking to 2 couples. But what I'm sensing is that no matter how I cut it, there is a third party involvement here. Just the 1 3. Typically, you like to see the 2 3s together, but I say that because that's a 3 and there's 3 people here. And just counting the court cards alone, there's 3 people in this situation. There are also children involved in this. There's a child in the boat. Okay? There's children involved in this. Now, in the center, I have, this is called the Lord of Blended Pleasure. And what that means is that you already have, some things that you're pretty content with here. You're emotionally satisfied with those. But now something new is being offered to you that has a possibility of offering you some more emotional contentment. But do I take it or do I not? Am I even interested in it? Okay? I'm kind of really not interested in it. That's what that card says. But also it says, consider every offer because there could be something in it for you. I'm not telling you to cheat. I'm not telling you to leave. You have to make up your own mind. But if this is a situation where you find that let's say you're married and there's a third person that has come in, you need to try to take a look at what it is that third person's offering you. Why? What is it really in it for you? And why is it that you are considering it and perhaps finding it attractive? And then again, why is it that you're not accepting it? Make sense? This touches every card in the spread. Now, this is brought about through the transit of Venus. And Venus is all about the love, the income, the beauty, the wealth, the money, the women. But it also represents your self-worth, your self-esteem, those things that you place a value on, those things you own yourself, the money you earn yourself. It's basically placing a value on not only those things, but on yourself, but also recognizing perhaps how being tied to money or possessions also affects your self-worth. I hope that made sense. Now, I have a King of Swords here and a King of Cups. The Empress is all about abundance as well, and fertility and growth. Is about birth. This could be a literal birth coming in, but it could also be the birth of anything new, a start of something new. That's what the 3s represent. They represent a start of something. The pages come in to say, okay, here's the news. Here's a new something I'm offering, but this is actually 2 things coming together to make a third thing. And I'm looking at, this perplexes me. as well as this. Because in a sense, it's like the cards are saying, if you are female or in the female role, this is where you are right now. You're an empress. But through some moving away, some turbulence, some gaining some psychological distance, you drop down to a queen. Now, I'm trying to ascertain if this King of Swords is actually another person and or if it's an energy. And it kind of speaks to both in the sense that this is an energy. Energy is about weighing up very, very carefully. This could even be a judge, okay? Weighing up very, very carefully what's being offered to you and recognizing that whatever this is, there are going to be some losses in a real world sense, whether you accept it or you don't. This could be I don't really see cards of communication here, although looking at the swords, that's what they speak to. This could be perhaps you waiting on perhaps a judgment, a decision to come about, and hoping, or maybe somebody has made, if this is concerning the splitting of assets, this is maybe an offer has already been put to you and it's not enough for you. But the Pentacles also speak to being the reality of the situation. And sometimes we do have to suffer a loss in order to gain. That's what taking a risk is all about. And I can see that perhaps some of you have, and maybe this is some of you just acting like you're entitled to more than what you really what you're supposed to have. I mean, because like this, she can be someone who's very, very greedy and manipulative and very materialistic. And this is not only the judge, but the universe and the other person coming in to put the kibosh on that crap, saying, nope, you can't, do that. And I'm not going to do that. Again, it's about your self-worth and your value. And whatever this is, it really screams to me that it has something to do with someone equating how much money or the possessions that they have with how they feel about themselves. Because there's a lessening here. It goes from an empress to a queen. And this is someone really struggling with that. It could be that both parties are struggling with that. This person doesn't want to give up anything because they want to keep everything, the emperor, okay? They don't want to give up anything either, okay? And then here you are, you don't want to give up anything either. And so the Five of Swords comes in to say, well, really, there are no winners in this situation because you're going to keep going around and around in circles about it. And at some point, somebody's going to have to walk away from the table. And so really, to me, in this spread, this card is about having peace of mind. Okay? There are the swords there. And there have been arguments and fights going on and pettiness, a tit for tat kind of a thing. And I still feel that this has to do with a third party involvement. And so it's like maybe somebody new has come in and they want to move on with that person, and they don't want to give you, if this is a divorce situation, they don't want to give you what perhaps should be fairly yours, okay? They want to take it and move on with that new person. And you like, hell no. I did X, Y, and Z, and I've been with you for 20 stinking years, and you not just fixing to kick me to the curb like that, okay? So it's kind of like a tit for tat, but at some point, how long do you let this play out? Because the overall energy of the Emperor says the Emperor is smart enough to know that sometimes you have to take a defeat, but you need to be gracious in defeat. And you need to stay above the fray in this defeat. And you need to be logical about what it is you're trying to do, because what the ultimate goal of the emperor is the person to who increases his holdings in all areas. And so this is sometimes, yeah, you may have to be a little bit ruthless. That's okay. But you want everybody to walk away from the table feeling as though they didn't really get shafted. And that can be a hard thing to do. And I see that there, you know, it's really, to me, it's these cards here. It's emotions with the money. And people being resolute in the fact that they're not going to do this. Because that's why the Empress goes to the Queen, because she recognized that offer ain't damn good enough, and I'm gonna have to struggle after this shit's over. Why? Because I'm being lowered. My standards are being lowered. The way that I lived before ain't the right way. It ain't what I'm used to. Okay, and I'll be damned if you're gonna go off in the sunset with Little Miss Hot Britches and take away all of the crap that I've earned. And the same thing with the king. If this is a female who has a third party that come in, the king is like, hell no. I done been with you and we done this, that, and the other. We done had 2 kids. I've been breaking my back, working, trying to support you and treat you like the empress that you are. You not finna take half of my crap and walk off with your boy toy and go do whatever it is you got to do. That's really how this reads. This is such an interesting spread. So let me take a look and see what... and this is like just when you think everything is going to go fine, it doesn't. That's what this whole row speaks to me about. This is definitely a couple right here. This is a couple. But because these are 2 females and these are 2 males, it's like maybe both of y'all are cheating on each other. Like Venus has come in to upset the apple cart. And this could be somebody just being stubborn and not wanting to compromise. Having your cake and eating it too. Because this is Venus in Aquarius, and that's not a comfortable place for Venus to be. And this is Saturn in Sagittarius. And this is not having the freedom to move the way that you want. Saturn comes in to say, not yet. But this is definite losses. And it really, it smacks of people being stubborn and trying to hurt each other through, because neither one wants to give up their position. 3 cards across the 6 of Swords, the 4 of Cups, and the 5 of Swords. Now look, didn't I just say that? I said, look, at some point you're going to have to put those swords down. Call a truce. Amalato, the sick person. This ain't doing nobody no good. The Morte, okay? And if you end it, you get fortune. Now, I don't know. Some of you may think, well, you know, having more ducats in the bank is more important than having peace of mind. But keep in mind, money don't keep you warm at night. It'll buy you a blanket or 2, but it don't do nothing like somebody hugged up next to you. What are you going to do? And that's a 10. And this 10 turns into the Ace of Wands. So at some point, somebody's going to have to put all of this shit down so that they can clearly see the situation for what they need to do in order to move forward. Being blocked. And this can speak to you blocking the 2 of you or 4 of you or whatever, blocking yourselves. I want to look at these 2 cards. Actually, I want to look at these 3 cards together. It's all over money. Look, it used to be this, and that's in the past. It used to be this. And yeah, quite presently, maybe everything is still the way it is. You know, the money's still intact. Maybe the assets have been frozen. What the hell do I know? But that's not the right thing. Somebody has hidden intentions. There's hidden intentions behind this. This really has nothing to do with love. It is all about the money, the gifts, okay? And wow, that's deep. And I'm not sure if it's this queen. I feel that it's both people. I feel that it's both people. This represents that female energy here, and this represents that male energy. And it sort of speaks like both people having to come to terms with not being a couple anymore. And this means that there's going to be losses on all sides. Again, the Five of Swords is really, there are no winners. So you have to kind of take it for what it's worth. I hope that message helped you, Leo. And until next time, namaste.